G'day guys and welcome back, it's Rosini16 here and I'm here to bring you another episode of Gunning for Glory. We had a pretty good episode last episode. We went out and picked up 1 win and 1 loss, which does put us on 12 points going into this episode. So we're only 3 wins away from the title, so if we manage to pick up 2 wins in this episode, it means we only need 1 in the next, which is absolutely phenomenal. Considering we are in Division 3, we don't seem to be slowing up one bit and still smashing our way towards that title and even closer to Division 1 and the goal of ending this series. Not that I want it to end, but we're just going to make sure that the team's all good fitness-wise, and we'll hop straight into that first game, hopefully pick up a win, and absolutely cement the chance that we are going to get promoted in this division. So we're going to jump in, and I'll see you guys there. Going into the first game of the episode, we come up against a really nice 100 Chem BPL side. Looks a bit sweaty with that Remy, Willian, and Sterling trio up front. Looks like he's going to be a bit of a pace whore, and maybe we'll abuse the pace and try and get the win that way, but we're going to jump in and hopefully we can get a win for the episode, which will be absolutely phenomenal. As we went into the game, he was everything I really expected him to be. He tried to abuse pace and the 3 up front that he did have to try and sway his way to getting victory, but fortunately enough I didn't have Murdersacker in, so I had the pacier defenders to deal with it, and he was quite easy to defend. But we did get a really nice goal there with Ox, where he put on a one-man show and ran all the way down the field. This guy was a good defender at times, but then also at the same time he could really flop and not do any good. But he was alright in the attacking sense. He does manage to get a goal there before half-time to make it 1-1. Probably, I felt like the way I was defending against this guy, he probably didn't deserve it all that much, but he did manage to get it, unfortunately, and nothing we can do about it. All we can do is go into the second half and hopefully get out on top, and as you can see by the stats, we're much more dominant than he was, and we did have a little bit less of the ball, but we're doing more with it. So hopefully in the second half we can do a bit more and get a couple more goals to the team name. And the tides did change going into the second half, as he did manage to get a goal back from an absolutely trash bit of defending where he tried to clear the ball out and it just passed it straight to his player and he smashed it home. I was very frustrated. He definitely didn't deserve that goal, and it just annoys me in the defending in this game of when you need to pass it out, it always goes straight to the opposition. But from there, I thought I was going to lose the plot, but I managed to stay pretty strong and actually get a goal back, and it was a really nice goal nonetheless. We were really packing on the pressure. It was a very slow-paced game and there wasn't a lot going on, but that second goal he got seemed to spur the match on, and there was a lot more goals to come with an absolutely phenomenal goal from Wilshere. It put us in the front seat, and we definitely had momentum as we turned this game on its head and just kept smashing them home, and we do manage to go 3-2 up there with a nice bit of skill from Cazorla and a nice tackle on his defender. I've now to be frustrated with that because he probably didn't deserve to lose it, but if you're not going to clear it in that first touch, on your first touch in defence, then you're just asking to get it taken from you, and that happened. And then of course we get a nice chip ball through to Ox, and he does make it 4-2 where the game does end. So fortunately for us, we do pick up the first win for the episode, meaning we only need 2 more wins for the title and 1 more win for promotion. So hopefully we can get this in this episode just to secure it for, obviously we can do the draft in the next couple of episodes, and also means we're into Division 2 going into the next couple of episodes, which is awesome considering we're only 30 episodes in and we've managed to win 7 of 8 titles, providing we do win the title in this division. Now just to explain it to you guys so you guys understand, at the end of this episode there was another game played where I thought I'd try and get that 3rd win to ensure promotion, so the next episode would be the draft. I did hop into a game and the guy that I played did rage quit a minute in with nothing scored, so just in case you guys are wondering, we do get a bit of extra coins and nothing really changes in the record, but just for you guys to know, there was another game played, but it was a rage quit immediately, so I didn't bother putting it in. But we're just going to hop into the last game of the episode, hopefully pick up 2 wins, it'd be awesome. As we hop into the final game for the episode, we come up against a really nice team. A nice hybrid side. It was Bundesliga / Italian / Liga und / Tevez. Very interesting side, very nice players in there, and I have no doubt this guy will be a hard game, but it was a hard game. We did have a lot of chances to score, but we were very unclinical, if that's even a word, with the chances we did have. This guy was a very good defender, but unfortunately wasn't a good attacker, so we did have a lot of the ball, and it was only a matter of time before he'd make a mess up in defence and we would get through, and it did happen with Jack Wilshere, and we managed to break on through and get a 1-goal lead just before half-time, and as you'll see by the stats, pretty even, although the shots he did have were never going to go in, and I easily had him covered. But as I said, this guy wasn't really a worry attackingly. I was more worried about trying to get around his defence. as he could defend very solidly, and when I did manage to break on goal, I wasn't clinical enough in the way that I actually put them home. But we were 1-0 up, and we go into the second half with a few more chances to hopefully get us a few goals. And as you can see by the highlights, it was just pure unlucky. I don't know how Walcott didn't get that. He banged it over into the post, and we unfortunately did take him down in a tackle, which gave him a penalty, but fortunately enough for us, he does smack it wide, nowhere near the goal. He completely missed it. Don't know what happened there, but we're going to take it anyway. And not too long later, we do manage to pile on our second goal for the game, which does pretty much, from this position, I felt like we weren't going to lose it because there wasn't really many goals in this game, and I felt like there wasn't a chance of him coming back and getting 2 or 3 goals in the time that was left, but you never know in this game, it can turn on its head in an instant. But there was a couple more chances where I failed to actually seal the game off, with Jack Wilshere missing the chance to get his hat-trick, and then another chance here with Rajicki where he just absolutely belted over the goals. I don't even know what was happening, but they just could not finish, and that does pretty much take us to the end of the game. Unfortunately, we did get a couple more chances, but there wasn't really anything worth showing and no goals more to show you. So we do get the 2-0 result, which is good, but I felt like we could have got a couple more goals on top of that. But a win's a win, so I'm not going to complain, and that does seal us 2 wins for this episode, which means all we need is 1 win in the next video, and we're through to Division 2, and the episode after that will be the FUT draft, which is absolutely awesome. Now, I do have a bit of a plan. I know, and probably you guys know who play FIFA enough, I will actually have enough coins to buy Mesut Ozil at the end of this division. Whether I get promotion or title, I should have enough to afford him, as he's only around 25k-ish, and we should get that. But what I was thinking is we'd enter the draft and spend the 15k coins, and hopefully in the draft get through enough rounds to get enough money to replace that 15k, so we get Ozil and the chance to do a draft. But that's not set in stone. We'll decide that after the next game, if we'll see what kind of coins we have. But that is going to bring this episode to an end. By all means, if you guys think what I just said is a bad idea, let me know. I can not do it or whatever, but your guys' advice is brilliant. I'd love it. Just by all means, leave a comment. But that is going to complete today's episode. Thanks very much for coming along and watching, guys. Tomorrow's episode will be up as per usual. But that does bring us to an end of this one. So thanks very much, guys, and we'll see you later.